Hello, good day, sports fans, and welcome to Sports Clinic on Naija Live TV. My name is APPAH, and today we're starting from grassroots football, where something exciting is happening in Ayamo 6-a-side tournament that will be happening very soon. And the date for the draws is already out, and we'll see the draws on the 4th of September. Yeah, that's when the draws will be conducted. But I just want to say a big shout out to the organizers, and first of all, I'll give mention to the youth president of Ayamo community, Javier Paul. Yeah, you're doing a very fine job, and to the grand patron, Ted Igunoware. Anything that has to do with football, whenever you like grassroots football in Obia local government area, especially Ayamo, you mentioned this man, Ted Igunoware, and he's always there. He's not just a grand patron, he is the clan president of Obanayama Youth Assembly. So big kudos to you, and to the organizers, Lustrous Cleverland. Yeah, you're doing a very fine job, and to the coach of Ayamo FC on Yolam, Romeo Sign. I don't know if I can form my own team or if I can play too, because of course now you guys know me very well. I've been a footballer, didn't make it professional, of course, for obvious reasons. But let's leave that. Let's talk about women football, where we saw some matches yesterday in the WAFCON. Yeah, semi-final matches that we saw in the WAFCON, where we saw Algeria losing to Malawi by 3-1, a surprising result. Yes, on paper you might want to say they're almost more like they're almost the same. You cannot really separate one from the other one, but for the fact that Malawi, this is actually their debut, you might want to say Algeria all the way, but no, it didn't play out that way, and Malawi, they are true to the final of the WAFCON. The last team that did it on their debut, going all the way to the final, was Cameroon back in 2000. That was a very long time ago. The other semi-final saw Morocco losing 3-1 on penalties to Cameroon after regulation time ended 0-0. But today we'll see the Super Falcons take on the Bayana of South Africa in the World Cup playoffs. Yes, African playoffs. And also we'll see Ivory Coast. They will take on Ghana too. But for the Super Falcons, I don't know, they've been disappointing. They've never been in this territory before, whereby they have to go through playoffs also before qualifying for the Women's World Cup that will be taking place in Brazil. They've always been present in the World Cup, but I don't know, in Africa they've been dominant, and you might want to say, okay, it's a one-off and let's forgive them, but there's a World Cup at stake, and they have to get it right against South Africa tonight if they want to make it to the World Cup. Let's not forget that the Super Eagles didn't make it to the last 2 World Cups, and it will be very bad for a country like Nigeria that the Super Falcons would not be able to make it too. But let's watch and see. Let's see how things will pan out on that ball. I personally, I really fancy them. I really fancy them to be there. Yeah, I do. Yeah, but then it's not by AB you fancy this one. That is why it's not like that. But before we go, let's talk about the Super Cup. Yeah, Super Cup yesterday, Paris Saint-Germain defeating Aston Villa by 2-1. You analyzed it yesterday that for Aston Villa, they lost most of their players, most of their key players. Yeah, as you talk about Morgan Rogers, Dini moving to Paris Saint-Germain, Yuri Telemans and Onana being out injured. A couple of players not really fit yet, not really returned and trained very well from preseason. So I said it would be very difficult for them, and true to type, it came to pass. It was a close one. They had their chances, but give it to Luis Enrique. Yeah, so back-to-back Super Cups for him and Paris Saint-Germain. And that's all we have for you guys for now. But please do well to like, share, and subscribe. Please, just click that subscribe button and share, please. Thank you very much. I am APPAH. Enjoy the rest of your day.